knock it through. With 5 seconds to halftime. 16.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and the Dallas Cowboys are up 16-0. Let me say again, the Dallas Cowboys are up 16-0. And it has been a dominating performance by the Dallas Cowboys offense. We're talking. Let me take a look at these numbers because these numbers are really high. So I got to make sure I get them right. But the Dallas Cowboys had over 260 yards of offense versus 50 for the New York Giants. You know, the New York Giants that are led by that Super Bowl MVP elite quarterback, as we've been told all week long by all of the talking heads. Now, I got to tell you, the Giant offense, like I said, is pathetic. I mean, it is non-existent. I know not having Odell Beckham will be the excuse that the Giants fans will have. And it is true. It will hurt them. However, one man should not make a total offense. Dak Prescott, Dak is the man. You saw him having to scramble and ended up picking up 15 yards when it looked like he should have been stopped. We actually have a few seconds left. The Giants have the ball here with 5 seconds left to go. But you couldn't ask for a better start. The only thing that bothers me is we settled for field goals on our first two drives downfield. They're just going to go ahead and, yeah. So we are now at the half, guys. Thank everybody for tuning in to the Joe Boo Sports Report. So far, so good. The Giants' defense has got to be sucking on wind right now. And if you watched the Cowboys last year, one thing you noticed was the Cowboys generally started off slow, but by the fourth quarter, they were running away with people. They scored more points in the fourth quarter than any other time during the game because that offensive line, leaning on those guys all game long, eventually wore them down. And I think we're going to see that same thing with the Giants' defense because we're talking about the time of possession. The Giants literally had the ball for less than 10 minutes of the first half. You know, we're talking 2-1 offense versus defense. The defense, you know, you couldn't ask for anything more. DeMarcus Lawrence got a sack, got a couple of pressures in there, looked fantastic. We saw Jalen Smith out there. Jalen Smith looked unsure, and he looked a little bit slow out there. I mean, literally, he was in the hole, and it's kind of like he just kind of hesitated a little bit and then kind of sidestepped to try and make the tackle instead of meeting the man at the hole with force. He's not ready to be a full-time starter. He still needs more work because basically he is a rookie, and I'm still not sure that he has complete movement the way he needs to be. On the flip side, Sean Lee is an absolute beast. I've said before that Sean Lee is the fastest white guy that I've ever seen, and I'm not trying to be racist or anything about that. But generally speaking, you don't see guys move like that at linebacker. I will never forget being in New Orleans and watching him warm up from the sidelines. The guy moves unbelievably quick, and I'm just sitting here watching him run sideline to sidelines. And he is truly a student of the game. He knows, he can read, and he can sense. He is everywhere you need him to be. Fantastic player. Williams hurt his ankle first play of the game, and he's come back, and you couldn't tell that he hurt his ankle. Hopefully he won't be sore tomorrow. Orlando Scandrick hurt his hand. He's out and questionable for coming back.
No, he's not. He's done for the game.
Okay, well, breaking news from Michael. He is done for the game. Okay, from NFL Mobile. Breaking news, Michael's relaying from NFL Mobile that he is out for the game. The negative for me will go back to coaching, and that is second drive that we're down there, first down on the 2-yard line, 3 passes. The thing that bothers me about Jason Garrett over the years is he's been pass first, pass second, pass third sometimes. And sometimes when we get into those pressure situations, he relies on the pass too much. Listen, you got the best offensive line in football. You got Zeke Elliott. You got first down on the 2-yard line. You at least try and punch it in the first time. But, you're trying to force the ball to Des Bryant. Fortunately, we got a field goal. Fortunately, we got a touchdown and another field goal. We're up 16 points. But when you get on the 2-yard line in the red zone, you got to score touchdowns, flat out. And that was my early worry in this game is all of a sudden, we played well. The Giants had played like crap, but we're only up 6-0. A touchdown puts them in the league. So thank you very much. Zachary, thank you for the super chat. Well, I won't. Yes. Oh, that's right. And Jason Witten is now the all-time leader on the Dallas Cowboys. And no, not receptions, for yardage. He hasn't got the one for receptions yet. He will get it soon. When you think about breaking Cowboy records and Jason Witten breaking not just tight ends, we're talking about all receivers. We're talking about Drew Pearson. We're talking about Michael Irvin. When people are questioning whether or not he is a Hall of Famer, we're talking about him being 7th in the NFL on all time in receptions. Without a doubt, he's a Hall of Famer. So those haters out there can go pound sand. The guy is legit. And you see tonight, even though he's as old as he is, he still gets open, still catches touchdown passes. He's still fantastic. As far as saying, Zachary, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that the defense is being carried by Zeke. I dare say this defense is actually holding their own. You look at the pressure that they've been getting on Eli Manning. They smothered him. I don't care if your offense stinks or not. If you hold a team to 50 yards offense, you are really doing something. First 2 drives, 3 and out. DeMarcus Lawrence, and I said this before, that nobody had been really talking about him, but he was looking good in training camp. I believe he's going to be back at the point where he was in the 2014 season. 2015 season. I think he's going to be really, really good. Shinobi, yes, I agree with you. He looked good too, made a couple of good plays. These guys, they're no names. They're young, but they're guys that move around. Morris Claiborne never could stay on the field. Brandon Carr, nice guy, consistent, but he didn't wow you. He wasn't going to get turnovers. He wasn't going to get the big hits. The guys we brought in there, I dare say, are fantastic young headhunters, and this team is truly hungry. Now, we still have a half of football left. Anything can happen. You can have a turnover here or there, so we're not putting this one in the books. It's football. But so far, this is a good start. And when you think about our offense getting close to 300 yards in the first half against this New York Giants defense, one of the best in the NFL, this bodes good for our team. Oh, Zachary, thanks again for the super chat, buddy. Oh, you meant carrying he is literally eating the Giants defense. And when you look at what this team has done this year versus last year, it's night and day different for Dak and Zeke both. You remember, Zeke did not do much in those early games. Do we have a picture here? I'm not actually seeing the picture here. I don't know if we have a picture on the live stream, guys. Is it there? Okay. I'm not sure I have a picture. It's not showing, at least on mine. Hopefully you guys have it. Let me scroll down on the things here. The Giants are done. Second half belongs to Zeke. 49. It's unbelievable that this offense, guys like Chris Sims said, is the second best team and his Super Bowl favorite. Yeah, they look like a Super Bowl favorite right now. Oh, man. I'm wondering, wow. It's interesting. We've got the hurricane. Well, it's okay. The shout out to all the hurricane, to everybody that's in the way of the hurricane. Be safe. At least it's downgraded to a 2, and it'll probably end up being downgraded to a 1. So hopefully it won't be as bad as they've been predicting. So if you guys, I know we have a few people who said they were in Florida. Um, be careful out there. Watch yourselves, and prayers to you guys. Um, Now, I will say this: we're playing fantastic. We're looking good. But remember what I always tell you: don't get too excited about the first couple of games of the season, and don't get too upset because you really don't know what the teams are really going to be like because they really don't play that much. This is still like preseason. So thus far, yeah, Skandrick got hurt. He hurt his hand. He will not return. Cameo Cowboy, okay. I'll definitely check out your channel. Cowboys all day, and I'll show it some love too. I'm gonna make 20,000 subs by midnight. Yeah, that'll happen. Um, that would be great if it did. I'm appreciative of the ones I have in here. If I don't ever get another subscriber, I'm okay with that. I just enjoy talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and I enjoy trying to bring you guys the best news and stuff on the Cowboys that I can, and try to correct a lot of the misconceptions that are put out there, and at least try and give you something a little different than what you get from everybody else. But thank you guys so much for it. I agree with you. We need to go ahead and run the ball, control the clock, and get away with the victory. Um, One of the, I tell you what, who I also want to give a lot of credit to. Thank you for the love on the channel. I'm sorry, this stuff is growing really fast here, so it's hard to keep up. But Dakor, thank you for subscribing yesterday. Lyle Collins. I want you guys to think back to last year, our right tackle situation with the older statesman, Doug Free, or Doug letting the guy go free. Doug Free always have a couple penalties every game, and he'd always give up a couple of plays that ended up being sacks. Collins did have one penalty, but he's been going against JPP, and for the most part, he has been taking care of business. Dak Prescott has been pretty clean out there for the most part, and shout out to him, as well as Chaz Green, who has not gotten hurt thus far in this game. And when you looked at him pulling on that screen, he ended up getting downfield like he was a running back himself. So shout out to this offensive line that is definitely the best offensive line of football. Um, Other thoughts? Let's see. Those are the main thoughts that I had so far for the first half. And hopefully, we just continue to do more of the same. Grind out the clock. Keep passing the ball around so that way you keep them guessing. And hopefully, we don't have any major injuries. But I am ecstatic about where we're going. Gravon from Virginia has been talking a lot of trash. Okay. Um, where are the trolls? Well, one thing I always say, I stand behind anything that I say to you guys. And if I talk trash about a team and we lose, I will be man enough to say, you guys were better than us. You won. You picked our ass. I'm not going to hide and be a fair weather fan. Um, Thank you, Billy. I appreciate that, man. Thus far, the team is doing exactly what I was hoping they'd be able to do: run the ball, spread it around, and the defense get a pass rush. Right now, you got to say the team looks pretty good. Whose defense is trash? Not the Cowboys. Yeah, you're right, Sarah. Um, what I can't wait for, if we can continue to play this way in the second half and come away with a win, is what do the talking heads have to say about the Cowboys tomorrow? Because most of them had them ranked maybe 10th or 8th in the division. Dak Prescott, was going to have the second year, step back. Um, Zeke Elliott, of course, would have the hangover from the courts. The offensive line lost two important players. The defense has nobody. And as Ben McAdoo said, if you're going to, who's going to cover anybody, let me know. And Ben McAdoo also said that they had a spirited practice during the week. And if they practice like this in December, January, and February, they're going to be all right. Well, they need to go back to that practice. So, second half is about to kick back off, and we are going to go back to the game, and we will do a post show after the game, get our final thoughts in, get your questions and answers, and see where we go from here. But Dak Prescott, 17 of 28 for 178 yards. Jason Witten, number 1 in receiving yards. 47 plays in the first half, first by any team since 2007. That's pretty damn good. Okay, guys, we're kicking off to the Giants. And I hate to leave you guys because we got 400 people in here right now, but got to get back to the game. Thank you guys for tuning in, and check out at the post game. Thank you as always.